Vision will be at your doorstep. We have Dr. Priscillia Imade here with us in the house, and I'm sure a lot of people will be wondering, where has this woman been? We want to see her. My daughter, eye problem, eye issue, what can I do? Can I get her contact and all that? Well, she's right here with us, and so those questions you want to ask, she's here with us to answer some of those questions. I want to say thank you for coming on this program, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Welcome. All right, we'll want to proceed by giving thanks to God Almighty on this program when we come. So please, we'd like Dr. Priscillia to lead us in a short prayer. Thank you.
Let us pray. Everlasting King of Glory, we just thank you for bringing us here together today. We commit everything we are going to discuss here into your able hands. We ask that you will teach us by your Spirit in the name of Jesus. Commit our viewers into your able hands. Lord, help them to understand everything we are going to talk about and give us all the grace to carry out these things so that we can live in good health, even till old age. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Amen.
Yeah, I can suspend that prayer when you said living in good health. I was trying to tell you something.
Of course, we need to live in good health.
And you said, Femi, old age is telling you. I said, no, this old age should not come. All right, thank you so much for coming on this program. Well, looking at the topic, eye nutrients, I wonder why we picked this topic, but I think it's more of information to pass across to everyone that there are some nutrients that we need to take. There are some food we need to eat. There are some vitamins we need to take, and there are some exercises we need to do in order for us to have a good, clear vision of our eyes. We're looking at this topic so that people can understand. You want to inform us and also educate us on this topic. So we're looking at eye nutrient for every age. It's passed across to every one of us, whether you're a 3-month-old baby or you just give birth to a child, whether you're a year old or 40 or 60, this is for everyone. So please pay attention while we have Dr. Priscillia Imade to give us more details, the things we need to know about our high nutrient. Thank you so much, Ma, for coming.
Thank you once again for having me.
What does this mean?
Yes, high nutrients. It's a topic I feel we should look into, because if we look at our world today, there are a lot of changes happening, and then the World Health Organization, they keep forecasting, really now statistics of how, the health of individuals, races will be in certain years as we progress on. And, the ones that kind of scare us so much is that they ruled out different goals like Vision 2020, that maybe by the year 2020, this is 2019 now, 2020 is just by next year, there are certain eye conditions that supposed to have either been reduced, eradicated, by measures put in place. It's discovered that in Nigeria, for instance, we are still lagging behind. And then as, the world is moving in a scientific age, in a computerized age, so many eye problems are creeping up, so many conditions that weren't as visible or as escalating as it was those days. They are so rampant now. Let me give you, I'm just doing this as a background. Let's take an example with maybe eye pressure. Like those days when I was training, I've spent about 20 years in optometry now. I left school in 1999. Yeah, I left the university in 1999. So when I just came out from school, it was really difficult for me to find children or maybe teenagers having the condition we call ocular hypertension or glaucoma as much as we have it now. No. I sit there in my clinic these days. You see, young children coming up, teenagers coming up, you check their eye pressure. It's so high. Why are these young people having such high pressures? And so on and so forth. There are so many other conditions, even cataracts. You see, discover that, the statistics, the rate at which these diseases are creeping up is so high. And meanwhile, the World Health Organization is speculating that if we put necessary measures in place, these diseases are supposed to come down or completely eradicated even as we progress into this advanced or technologically driven centuries. But this is not so. So this brings us to this topic. Why are eye problems? Why are they on the increase? Why do you find out You know, even children, so many children these days, they are wearing glasses. In those days, we didn't used to find so many children wearing glasses. The one that wear glasses will laugh at them and say they are fickle, you know, the highly intelligent ones and all. But these days, you find out that so many refractive errors, they are on the increase. So there are so many factors responsible. I just picked out this eye nutrient to give us a background and then to help us, you know, as individuals, to try and see how we can mitigate this high rising statistics, so that we or our children or our generation will not be counted among these statistics. Now, one of the things we have seen is that diseases thrive where nutrition is very low. The same thing goes for the eye. Remember that the eye is part of the body. So when the eye does not receive the amount of nutrient that it is supposed to get, it doesn't. You know, the different structures in the eye, there are different nutrients required for them. When they don't really get them in the amount that they are supposed to get, you discover that deteriorations will start, you know, coming up. And before you know it, different kind of eye conditions, they start creeping up. So, but when we have an understanding of the kind of nutrients that our eyes need, I believe it's going to help us, you know, to have, first of all, good health, and then we'll have good eye health, and then we'll be able to see very well, even as we grow from childhood to adulthood and even into old age. Now, when we talk about eye nutrients, it's also important for us to understand that from our background in Africa or in Nigeria, majority of the food that we eat, especially now, are more or less skewed to one aspect of nutrition. Mainly carbohydrate based. And if you look at the scheme of things now, you know, studies have shown that for you to have optimal health, you need to have a balanced diet. And then you need to gradually move away from certain classes of food as you are advancing in age. For instance, you need to gradually move away from, you know, like maybe carbohydrates and move more toward fruits, vegetables, and the other classes of food that is required, proteins and all that. So if we are able to have this understanding, and then knowing fully well that here in this part of the world, our major food is, you know carbohydrate based, swallow, and then we eat them, you know, maybe due to our work, our thing, we eat anyhow now, our eating pattern is a bit dysfunctional. That these are some factors that, you know, ultimately is affecting our health, and then our eyes too are also being affected. So if we have a holistic view, if we look at the larger picture, and we are able to structure our diet, our food, such a way that, you know, the eye receives the amount of nutrient that it is supposed to receive, then we will know that, yes, our eyes can see better. Let us also relate it to the Bible. Dr. Chris was speaking some time ago about, you know, healthy living, and he was saying that Isaac, he said Isaac had dim vision, probably because he ate too much meat and all that. I just laughed. But
you know that.
Well, that's just off the record anyway. But if you look at, God gave us herbs at the beginning, gave us certain classes of food to help us. And like he was saying, that those days men used to live like 900, you know, they live in hundreds of years. But immediately meat was introduced into the diet after Noah, that, you know, the lifespan of man dropped to 120 and all that. But really, although it sounded funny when he said it, but if you really try and check and look at the, you know, the background, somehow it could be true that maybe a change in diet is actually what has resulted in that. And then if we relate it to science too, science has also been able to showcase, to prove to us that you are what you eat. Your health is predominantly based on what you put into your system. Now, when we talk about eye nutrients, we are trying to look at the kind of nutrients that will help your body, your eyes, to function optimally. We also know that with this kind of environment we are living in now, that there are a lot of factors in the environment that affect our eye health, that affect our general health. Things like pollution, things like smoking, things like the sun, UV rays, and all that. Because we are persistently or repeatedly exposed to them, they can reduce our immunity and cause some certain inflammatory reactions in the body that can, you know, destroy some of the cells in the body. But when we have the right nutrients, it's going to help us, you know, to mitigate some of these actions. Now, generally speaking, the kind of nutrients that your eyes will need, basically, is a bit different from what your general body will need. We have tried to just narrow it down to what we call antioxidants. So I want us to understand, even if we didn't take anything away from, this discourse today, let us just know that, yes, we have different classes of food. We have, nutrients for the body and all that. But when it comes to the eyes, the major nutrients that the eye require is in a class that we call antioxidants. And that antioxidant is like two words. We have anti, which is against, then oxidant or oxidation from the word oxygen. So basically, the body, the eyes will deteriorate when there is a lot of oxidation. There are a lot of chemical processes that goes on. So when you take, foods that are rich in antioxidants, it's going to help to mitigate the waste product released by the body. Let me put it this way. You see, when you eat, for instance, your food will go through digestion and all that, and eventually you go to toilet and pass out some things. Now imagine if you don't go to toilet, you don't defecate, you leave those things in the body. It's going to result, dangerous. Yes. The same thing with the eyes. You see, the process by which your body, absorbs nutrients, and then, when you eat, your body, takes the food through processes. Some of those emittents, things that are emitted from the body that are not good, these antioxidants, they will help to absorb them. I'm trying not to be too technical. I want our viewers to understand, these things as much as possible. So that these antioxidants, they help to absorb them. Even in the environment, certain, substances that will come in contact either with your system, with your eyes, with your skin, these antioxidants, they will help to, absorb kind of these waste products such that they don't become toxic in our body. Yes, to your body. So, and then we have ways that the body does this. Naturally, God has given us human beings antioxidants in our body. Your body is supposed to be able to produce its own antioxidants. Yes, we call those ones endogenous antioxidants. Your body produces them, and then they mitigate all those waste products and then release them away safely such that your body is not affected. Then you can also get them from external sources. We call those exogenous antioxidants. Now, these antioxidants, they just fight free radicals. All these, one of the causes of cancer these days that science has shown is, the activities of free radicals in the body. They damage these cells. But when we have the right kind of nutrients, the right kind of food, they are going to help you naturally, to fight them. And then in the eyes, the basic food where you can find these antioxidants are in the classes we call, fruits and vegetables. So when you are thinking about nutrients for the eye, so your mind should naturally just go to fruits and vegetables. And there are so many of them I want us, to just look at today. We're going to look at them one after the other, how we can get them at the ages we need them, and how we should use them so that, yes, they can work effectively,
all right.
for us.
I just want viewers to know that we have some images that would like us to display right there on your TV screen, and you get to understand what Dr. Priscillia Imade is talking about. That's for the eye nutrient. Okay, ma, please, let's have those vegetables, those fruits that we need to eat. I know carrots is number one. Blend it and drink.
Yeah, that's good. So, but I want us to look at it this way. When we talk about eye nutrients, number one, think of vitamins.
Okay, we have some now.
Okay, think of vitamins. Then we'll look at things we call lutein or zeaxanthin, zinc, omega-3. Okay, let's look at vitamins, for instance. Like I said before, antioxidants, they are mainly things that you find in fruits and, vegetables. And vitamin C or vitamins are one classes of antioxidants.
I think we have one of the... Okay, we'll come back to that. Please, let's just have the visuals, the images just glued to the screen so that we can have a better explanation. Thank you. Okay.
So one of the antioxidants that your eye require, one of the nutrients is what we call vitamin A.
Okay, this is one of the nutrition and your eyes.
Oh yes, these are fruits, vegetables that are good for the eye. If you look at them, like carrot is there. Carrot contains a lot of vitamin A or beta carotene, which is good for the eye. Those green vegetables you find there. They have things like lutein, zeaxanthin. They also have other forms of antioxidants as well that are good for the body. But we need to combine it very well in a way that it will act, and then it will be very effective for the eye.
We have pepper.
Yes, pepper is there. Anything red, brightly colored.
Egg is also there.
Exactly. But you know, we also need to look at the age in taking some of these things. Okay. Some sources are considered better than some other sources. Okay. For instance, like the carrot that was shown there. Carrot has a lot of vitamin A. And then I always encourage my patient to try as much as possible to take carrots daily. And how you take it is, if you cannot chew it, you can juice it and drink it. And then another thing that can make your body not to be able to absorb these products is when maybe you refrigerate, you freeze it, or you boil. Heating and extreme, cold can actually, reduce the amount of nutrients, or even, deactivate the enzymes that are contained in these food classes. So vitamin A, if you don't have enough vitamin A in your body or in the eyes, it can lead to what we call dry eye. For people who are above 40, 60, you just discover that most time your eye feels dry. Sometimes you are sleeping, it's as if your eyes are paining you. You're closing your eyes, it's as if it's difficult for you to close your eyes. And then you want to always rub your eyes. Sometimes you just find out that even tears can just be pouring out. There's a whole syndrome that we call the dry eye syndrome. And vitamin A deficiency has been greatly linked with this dry eye syndrome. Even in children too. You see, when a child is born, they give these children vitamin A. Why do we do that? You see, that's to tell you how important vitamin A is. So I want us to make a conscious effort to add vitamin A into our food choices, our daily food choices. There are so many other sources where you can get vitamin A. But we also advise that in taking vitamin A, you have to be a bit careful. It's better to take it in the natural form, in the form of beta-carotene, like you can find in carrots. Because if you take, the synthetic one, too much doses of it too can have some side effects. But when you take it in the natural form, you can hardly ever have those side effects. And then if you don't want to experience, blindness, people who are blind, when studies are conducted on their eyes, they discover that many of them, they lack, some form of vitamin A or the other. So as a mother, make it a habit to add any source of vitamin A to your children's diet. I just add some carrots. You can just juice it. Instead of giving those children carbonated drink, you can juice it and give your child to drink. It's going to help to nourish the body, and it's also going to help to nourish the eye. So vitamin A is one antioxidant, is one good source of eye nutrient that I want us to consider. Make it a point of duty to add it to your diet on a daily basis. You can also find vitamin A in eggs, in liver, and other sources. But depending on the age, like I said, for children, yes, fine, they can take eggs and all the other. But when you are an adult, as much as possible, you try to avoid animal protein. Yes, as much as possible, you can take them, as plant products. And then we also talk about vitamin C. Vitamin C, we get vitamin C from basically citrus products, like things like orange, grape, lemon. So for a child, it might be difficult for you to give that child grape or lemon. I think most children but orange, yes, they prefer oranges are in season now. Why can't you give your children, add oranges to their lunch pack? If you don't want them to eat it like that, you can juice it out for them. You give these children to drink. And then studies have shown that so many eye conditions too are linked to vitamin C deficiencies, like cataract, for instance. We said it before. Now, cataract is on the increase. Wow. Everywhere. You find, in my clinic, I see people 30 years, cataract, 40 years, cataract, 60 years, cataract. Those days is, if you look at vision and age, they go pari passu, they go hand in hand. You see, cataract has been plotted on the same level that, okay, when you are like 55, 60, that's when you should start developing cataract. But these days, you just discover that somebody is 40, cataract, below 40, cataract. Why all these things? Because the eye does not receive the correct nutrients in the right proportions that it's supposed to receive. So adding vitamin C to your diet is very key. And then let me also add that most of these vitamins, it's better you take them in the natural form and in the raw form, so that you have the maximum benefit of the nutrients that is going to come out, from them. And for adults, adding your lemon, you can add it to your tea, you can add it, just add it, because it's going to give you vitamin C. And then grapefruits too, they're also very good for adults. It will help, to make your eyes, very sharp and prevent other eye conditions, even some degenerations in the posterior aspect of the eyes, apart from cataract, are also linked to vitamin C deficiencies. Then vitamin D too is also another important vitamin. When we were growing up, in the morning now, we go to school, we trek. The sun, we get vitamin D from the sun.
You trek
but,
to school,
we trek to school.
back home. It's just few people that have the opportunity that their parents take them to
Even
school.
Even people that go to the farm, they walk to the farm, they receive this vitamin D
now,
as they are going. These days, from your AC bedroom, you enter your AC car, you go to your AC classroom. In fact, in some schools, I even heard that children don't even come out anymore to play. Everything they do is indoor. We need some amount of outdoor exposure, especially for our children. They need this vitamin D. Vitamin D deficiency can, result in degenerative conditions in so many structures in the eye. But when we have them, it's a good antioxidant that will make your eyes really function better. And then when your skin too is exposed to vitamin D, it also helps. Your skin will glow, except maybe for people who have albinism and all that. That's okay, we say you have to do it with caution. Vitamin E is another good antioxidant, eye nutrient. You see, I'm taking pains to mention these vitamins one after the other, so that we don't just lump our diet primarily with carbohydrates and say, we have eaten. You ate your eba in the morning, you drank your garri in the afternoon, and in the evening you are eating fufu, you say you have eaten. Everything is still the same. But when we make a conscious effort, to make sure that these classes of nutrients are in our daily consumption, is going to help our general health, is going to help our children grow well, and is going to ultimately help our eye health. So vitamin E is important. People who lack vitamin E has been found to have retinal, degenerations. There are different structures in the eye. Retina actually is the part of the eye that we don't really see. And when we see images, the image is formed on the retina. It's the retina that will send the message to the brain, and the brain will interpret what you are saying. So when you don't have so much vitamin E in your nutrient, in your diet, it's going to affect the functions of the retina. And then cataract too can also develop even in people that don't have so much amount of vitamin E. So vitamins, they are very, very important. We should make conscious effort to add it to our diet. Another one that we really don't know too much here is the one we call lutein and zeaxanthin. We can Google it and read it up. But primarily, we can find them in all these our, green leafy vegetables. We can find them in yellow carotenoid compounds and all that. But the basic thing there is, in your diet, your daily diet, make sure you add these fruits, and then make sure, you eat the greens, anywhere you find the greens. Having a bowl of salad, it's not a bad idea. I know salad is not part of our daily.
How about this one showing on our screen?
Okay, good. Salmon. Salmon is very good. I'm coming to that. It's
blueberries.
All those oily fishes. They contain omega-3 fatty acids. Blueberries, good. Black currant, exactly. Green leafy vegetables, yes. Eggs. They have different amounts of nutrients in them, which we must inculcate into our diet. Apples, very good. All these are nutrients that we need. Anything brightly colored, watermelon, they are good for the eye.
Okay,
even
cucumber.
The red chili pepper, cucumber, yes.
Okay, well, our time is fast spent. We'll be going on a short break. When we come back, we still have more information that will be passed to everyone watching on this program. So please stay glued to Dove Television. We'll be right back. Thank you.
welcome to the Open Heavens International Center. I believe that what you see and hear here will rouse your faith and your life will never remain the same. Challenge God using what you see here as a point of contact to your miracle.
All right, welcome back. Still on Healthy Living on Dove Television, and we have our guest here with us in the studio. She's the chairperson of Women Optometrists in Lagos State. That's the Lagos State chapter, and we have her here with us. We're still looking at the topic, eye nutrients, talking about the nutrients, the vitamins, all the things that we need to eat to gather together to help our eyes to see very well, to have a clear vision. All right, the phone lines will be displayed right there on your TV screen, but remember to mute the volume so that we can hear you loud and clear. Tell us your name, where you are calling from, and ask question. Before we went on air, we were talking about training, having seminars. Yeah. I don't know if we have people calling for seminars, for training, you know, in an organization, in church setting.
Yes, I do a lot of eye care consultancy services. We do a lot of training. We organize seminars where we talk to people about their eye health, things they need to do, how they can go about it. And then we also do occupational vision too. For instance, drivers, I consult for companies, you know, where we educate the drivers about how they can take care of their eyes, even for schools too, school children, school health screening. In fact, it cuts across all ages. So if there's a program, you can call me. I can come and talk to your organization, talk to your churches and all that. Basically, we want people to be aware because studies have shown that many people are not knowledgeable about their eye health. That's why they do the things that they do. So we want to do a lot of advocacy, create a lot of awareness, and then provide a lot of curative measures that can help people, you know, see better.
Okay, I want to ask one more question, which I know it's funny, but I need to ask. This consultation, is it free? You know, most people like free things.
Well, for some are free, some are not free. So those are things we can always discuss and negotiate.
Fantastic. That's the negotiation part is what we want to hear. All right, so we can negotiate very well. For school children, now they are on summer school right now. So for children at a very tender age, do they need the screening also?
Yes. Presently, in my organization, we are doing free screening for children 5 to 12. Free eye screening before they go back to school. So that at least if there are issues, they can be detected on time, treated, and then they can avoid this debacle that this adult generation have found themselves in of, you know, vision problems. So it's free. So, children can come.
Okay, so please, we'll have Dr. Priscillia Imade's number display right there because he said it's free, 5 to 12. Be ready. Holy Spirit help you, ma.
Amen.
All right, we have our first caller. Hello.
Hello, good morning, ma.
Thank you for calling. Please, can you mute the volume on your TV set?
All right, no. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I am. Go ahead.
Yeah, my question is that I normally have eyeball. So I don't want to know maybe what you are discussing today is that anything to do with that one. The reason why I normally have eyeball, as I'm speaking with you now, I'm having eyeball. Like 2 weeks ago, I had it. I treated it. Yes, it come back again. So I want to know the cause of eyeball.
Okay. Boil in the eye.
Yes.
Oh,
Boil in
okay.
the eye.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, there are different classification of boils in the eye. Since it's repeated, it means maybe there are some form of inflammation or infection going on in the eye. I would advise you go and have your eyes examined. It's not just good for you to stay back at home and then it keeps coming. So that it can be treated, and if it's an infection that is causing it, then that infection, the causative organism can be identified, and then appropriate medications will be given to you. That's what I will advise you to do.
Okay. All right. We'll have another call. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Yes, I can hear you, sir. Please go ahead. All right, we lost that call. You can also send us an SMS. We'll be glad to read out your SMS. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Please, you didn't tell us from for vitamin D and E, where we get it from in some of the vegetables.
Okay. She will do just that. Thank you, sir. Vitamin D and
Vitamin D basically is from the sun.
Sun in
that
the
early morning
morning.
sun from about 9 to 11 or thereabouts. Yeah, you just like take a walk and all that. Then for vitamin E, you can still get it inside your other fruits and vegetables. And then there are some other classes of food where you get them, but they are not so common in our environment here, and I don't want us to spend so much getting them. But in your fruits and your vegetables, they are actually part of it.
All right, thank you so much. This is a call from South Africa. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Please, can you mute the volume on your TV set?
Okay, please, I want to know. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What part of South Africa are you calling from?
Yes. Please, I want to know at what age should someone avoid taking protein from animal?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
At what age?
At what age?
Okay, yes. Well, as far as the eye is concerned, generally we advise that once you get to 40, you should reduce the amount of your animal intake. As you are advancing more in age, you gradually replace them with plants. We believe that, you know, your plant protein is far better. It's not as if your animal proteins are not good as well, but the side effects. So by the time you weigh, you discover that studies have shown that the proteins you get from plants are better. So once you get to the age of 40, please reduce your animal intake.
Okay.
And as you advance more in age, you know, you try to do the reduction more as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma, for this information that's been passed to us. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Thank you for calling, sir. Please go ahead, sir. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is Yodo calling from the garden.
All right, Mr. Biodun, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, concerning the program that you're doing presently, I just want to ask what normally causes heavy or high?
What?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I think is it possible that I can have infection and it will be affecting my height?
Infection where? In the body?
Well, sometimes when I wash my screen too long, the height will be somehow heavy.
Okay.
Heavy.
Oh, heavy.
Heavy. Heaviness in the eyes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes, when you watch your screen too much, yes, your eye can be heavy. Heaviness in the eye is one way of the eye telling you that, you know, it's a symptom, that it's a feedback mechanism that the eye is giving you that something is going wrong, that there's an uncomfortable and unpalatable condition that the eye is going through that you need to pay attention to. So I would advise you go for an eye examination so that these things can be addressed. Perhaps there could be a refractive error. And then when you watch your screen too long, you know, we've talked about visual display units on this program. These gadgets, they have a way of impinging or impacting on your eye health. So I would advise that you have your eyes examined, and perhaps maybe computer glasses can be given to you to help you see your screen better.
All right, we have a text say, hello, I want to inquire on how to make my eyeballs whiter. Thanks.
Okay. How old is the person?
It didn't indicate.
Yes, getting your eyeballs whiter, age is a factor, and then some of the stress your eye have gone through too. If maybe you are somebody that will be having what we call repeated episodes of allergic conjunctivitis, those can make your eye to be very brown. It depends if you didn't treat it and all that. So I really don't have so much background on your eye health, but you can go for an eye examination. But basically, if you take a lot of these vitamins that we are talking about, these fruits and vegetables, make it part of your diet. And there's a recipe I normally give. I say you can take your carrots, you can add your cucumber, you can add your moringa leaves, and then if you wish, yeah.
And blend.
And blend. If you wish, you can just add small ginger. If you are older. For children, you may not put that. And then if you want to sweeten it up a bit, you can add your watermelon. And then just take a glass of it. It's going to help.
Okay. Please, ma, what's the cause of reddish eyes and what's the solution?
There are so many things that can cause red eye. So many classes of infection. I will advise that if the red eye comes with a pain, please don't stay at home. Try and have your eyes examined. But if it's just the normal, regular, you just feel that your eyes are red and all that, repeatedly, it could be an infection. Okay. So there are medications that can be given to you when you go for an eye examination.
Hello, ma. I'm Mrs. Nyoda. My little boy of 5 years do itch his eyes. Ma, what can I do?
Yeah, itching is a bit common at that age because they play a lot, infection, and there could be allergic conjunctivitis or any other form of conjunctivitis. I would advise you take that child for an eye examination. Or short of that, ocular hygiene, environmental hygiene, hand hygiene. Make sure you clean where the child sleeps because most time it's from infection. And then when you wash the child clothes, you can add a cap of disinfectant to the clothes so that if there are other microorganisms still hiding, those can go. And then the bed sheets, the pillow, everything, the child's room should be clean and neat. With good hygiene, that can really help. If it still didn't stop, please, you can take that child for an eye examination.
Okay. Please, ma, you mentioned some, you mentioned something about free eye treatment for children. Please, is this free?
Yes, the eye examination is free for 5 to 12 years.
From 5
this
to 12
holiday,
years.
Yes.
And what days do you do that?
Every day, Monday through Saturdays.
Saturdays.
Yes.
Okay. What's the causes of lights appear in form of star? Sam.
That one is not good. Sam, how old are you? If you start, see, the eye is not supposed to see anything inside itself. The eye is meant to see externally. You see people, you see things around. But when you now start seeing things inside of your eyes, it means there's a degenerative condition going on. And when you see things like star, like the sparkling of light and all that, it could be a traction of your retina. It could be other causes. So I would just advise that you go for an eye examination so that if it's something that is just starting, it can be detected early and maximum treatment will be given to you such that it will not deteriorate your vision further as you grow older.
All right, we want to quickly answer some of this text message. Okay. Please, how do we control or cure macular edema?
Macular edema.
Edema, okay, edema, that's what you wrote, but edema.
Yeah, it's okay. You need to see an eye doctor. You need to have your ophthalmologist on standby. It's not something you can treat or cure at home. There are a lot of investigation needs to be done. So please, if you have that, if you've been diagnosed with that, you should be seeing your ophthalmologist. Don't sit down at home, please. Okay. And then you can take some of these antioxidants. Well, we don't know how they will help, but studies have also shown that when you repeatedly take these antioxidants, they have a way of making you feel better and see better.
All right. Please, what's the solution to red eye, age 35?
There are so many things, like we said before, that can cause red eye. So, but when you go for an eye examination, the actual causal factor for your own condition will be examined and, diagnosed, and treatment will be given to you. But basically, infection, try and make sure you are good ocular hygiene is key.
Okay, this is a message from Ikorodu. What can make water comes out from the eye without crying?
Okay. Tearing is a symptom. It's one of the symptoms of the eye. And these symptoms, there are ways of the eye telling you that something is wrong. If repeatedly tearing keeps coming out, please go for an eye examination. It could be an indication of a refractive error. It could be an indication of a dry eye syndrome or other conditions in the eye. But when you do an eye examination, it can be detected and the actual treatment you need will be given to you.
All right, please, let's have Dr. Priscillia Imade's number displayed right on your TV screen so that viewers can get to call her and go for further examination, because few people are asking for her numbers, so please, let's have her number. All right, you have Dr. Priscillia Imade's number displayed right there on the TV screen, so please, you can get to call her after the program. This is Mary from Ekpe, Lagos State. Please, ma, can someone test his or her eyes?
Yes, you can have an eye examination. Anytime, just come. My numbers are on the screen. You can call me before you come. We can, help you to examine your eyes.
Okay. Okay, someone said he has a low vision. How can I see you? Elder Aquara. Okay, Elder, that's the number of the doctor display right there for further inquiries, so you can get to visit Dr. Priscillia Imade. Hello? All right, please mute the volume on your TV set so that we can hear you loud and clear what your question is, your name, and where you are calling from. Okay, thank you. Okay. Please, can we have the address of your office for our children? Be ready, Dr. Priscillia Imade.
Don't worry, you are welcome. We are capable. We have a lot of doctors on ground.
Okay, so the number will be displayed right there. After the program, you can call her. She can definitely get you the address. Be ready, Dr. Priscillia. I'm also taking my children there too, so don't worry. We are all in the queue.
You're welcome.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for calling. Please go ahead. Your question.
Hello, please, I want to talk to the doctor.
Yes, you're on to the program, please.
Hello?
You want to speak with the doctor? We can hear you quite clearly, but please kindly mute the volume on your TV set. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
I'm calling in respect of the lady on screen. I want to confirm what is moringa leaf? Is it the same as scent leaf?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. No, Maureen, scent leaf is different. Scent leaf is good too. Anything green is good for the body, is good for the eye, but depending on your age, that's what will determine when and what quantity or what you will take. Moringa leaves, you can Google it. Moringa, M-O-N-R-I-G-A-L. Moringa leaves, they're in the shop. You can get it. Just
even
add
in the
a
market.
little. Even in the market, yes.
Okay, this person always have pain in the eyes anytime I read books. But what can be the cause? Ayomide from Abuja is 45.
Okay. Since he's 45, I'm suspecting that he may have what we call presbyopia, which means the effect of age is telling on the natural, the lens, let me put it that way. So he may have to go for an eye examination. Perhaps reading glasses can be given to him, because at that age, it's a bit difficult for the eye to focus on tiny printed material. So you may need a pair of glasses to help you. It could also be caused by other things. But when you go for an eye examination, appropriate diagnosis will be made and the right treatment will be given to you.
Okay. Hello, ma. I eat cucumber every day. Is it good?
Yeah, cucumber is good. Yeah.
There are some benefits, on cucumber that when you go online, you Google it, and it's
cucumber does not have sugar.
Healthy.
For people who are diabetic.
In fact, even for your tummy, if you want a slimmer tummy, you eat cucumber in the morning.
Yes, it's loaded with antioxidants. It's water-based. It's very good. And Femi, we've not also talked about water, drinking of water, drinking clean water. You see, a study was carried out at some point, and it shows that, in this our generation, we prefer to drink a lot of sweetened things compared to drinking natural water. And it is not good. Your eye is about 60 to 70%, even your body, water. So you need a lot of water. Take a lot of clean water when you wake up in the morning. And during the day, keep your eyes hydrated, keep your body hydrated. Water is part of the nutrients that your eyes need to function properly. Then also clean your eye, wash your face. You need to wash your face with clean water at least twice a day. If you can't do it 3 or more times, to keep away infections or other things that can complicate your vision. So water is very, very important.
Okay, what's the solution for continuous eye itching for somebody above 40? It's been on like for 4 years now.
Wow.
Thanks.
For somebody in that category, I can start to think of what we call the dry eye syndrome. It could be a complication, or maybe it's kind of work, or if there's an uncorrected refractive error. So I would advise him to go for an eye examination. There is a solution to that. He shouldn't suffer in silence. He should go for an eye examination.
Okay, this person is requesting that they want to invite you. I don't know, maybe for a seminar, but the cost, we can't say that on air.
You can
Sorry,
private chat
call,
me.
yes, call Dr. Priscillia Imade. We still have a number there for further inquiries. Please, let's have Dr. Priscillia Imade's number. Yes, you can send her an SMS that during the program, I sent a text asking for your contact and how to get in touch with you for seminars. Thank you so much. God bless you. This is our last caller for today. Hello.
Good morning.
Thank you, sir, for calling. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes. I want to ask, because I saw this number on screen concerning eye treatment, eye issue. I want to ask somebody like that's above 50, have eye issue, scratching of eyes. What can he or she do?
Okay.
Okay, first, have you done your eye examination? Try and go for an eye examination. But in addition to that, these classes of nutrients we have talked about, just form the habit. Take carrots. You can take 1 or 2 carrots, blend, add your moringa, add your orange if you so wish, or you add your cucumber. You know, just form the habit of drinking it. When you drink this in a week, 2 weeks, you even discover that itching, the thing will reduce. You know, because you are now supplying the eye a lot of vitamin C. You know, vitamin C too can also help in reducing allergy, in itching. So when you form the habit of, you know, taking these nutrients, you know, drinking these vitamins that we have talked about in their natural form is going to help. So, but basically, go for an eye examination. Let the doctor prescribe for you and all that. But at home, your own home remedy is to make sure that you add these things to your diet. It's going to help such that the way you used to itch the eye is going to reduce. Because, you know, there are things in the body, in the eyes that is being irritated that is causing all that. Okay. And then in my clinic too, in addition to all this one, I have some special antioxidants that I prescribe to people. Because most time you also discover that you are not always able to take this antioxidant in the right proportion or quantity at home. So sometimes there's what we call supplementation.
Okay,
we
so
supplement.
you supplement
we can
for that.
give you some supplements.
Okay.
I have some very effective ones I use for my clinic, for my patient in my clinic, that they can, you know, as well benefit from. So, but overall, I just want us to change the narrative. Let us have a new orientation towards our eye health, that our eyes will need nutrients.
Okay,
and these
nutrients, we need nutrients. Our time is fast spent, ma. Thank you so much for that information. Passing out this information that we need more of nutrients. We want to sign it off by thanking God for this program. Please, ma, Dr. Priscillia Imade.
Let us pray. Everlasting King of Glory, we thank you for how you have helped us thus far. We have only spoken as human beings and as, you know, practitioners of eye health, but Lord, ultimately healing comes from you. Yes. You are the Almighty God. You are the one that heals us. No matter the kind of eye problem that we have, Father, I ask that by your mercy you will heal us, and also give us, oh God, the grace and the strength to do what we have to do as human beings in the name of Jesus. Amen. Bless Dove Media, bless all our viewers, and let your name alone be consistently be glorified on this program and on other programs that will take place even hereafter now. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Priscillia Imade. God bless you. For further inquiries, you can get in touch with Dr. Priscillia Imade on the phone line that was displayed earlier on. I want to say thank you to the camera crew in the house, to my director over there, a big thank you. To the engineers and to MCR also, thank you for everyone who has put in one effort or the other to make this program come alive. Not to forget, you can like us on Facebook, tweet at us, get to watch us on our YouTube channel, exciting edition episode of Healthy Living, and all the programs we have on our Dove television platform. Get to watch us. God bless you. Remember, it's good to keep your eyes in check always go to see your doctors and always eat the right food, the right vegetables you need to take for you to have a proper and clear vision of the eyes. We'll come again same time on the same platform for more exciting edition of Healthy Living. Please stay glued to Dove Television for a program's coming up next. Thank you so much. God bless you. I remain Femo Oduntan. Bye-bye.